Welcome to episode 4 of Art Therapy with Rose. My name is Rose Turner. I also go by Comics. Don't worry if you're just tuning in and this is your first episode. Doesn't really matter what order you do these in. For today's episode, I want to talk about art that gives joy. And just brings joy to you or to the world. Today I would like to share some work from two different artists who both bring a lot of joy into their work, and it really shows with both of them. So I'm excited to share them with you. So first, let's dive into some of the work by the wonderful Kerstin LaCross. Now, Kerstin's work is mostly focused on adventure and the outdoors. A lot of their work is actually comics, autobiographical comics and educational comics on backcountry etiquette and things like that. And it's really great. I definitely recommend checking out their work. But today I especially want to focus on a few of the pieces that they've made that are a little bit more like one-off things. They're not comics, they're just kind of studies of that they've done on the trail, like watercolor sketches on trail while they've been backpacking, as well as pieces that they've done based off of photos from their backpacking trips. So it's really clear to see that there's a lot of joy that comes from these works of art that Kerstin has made. I feel really present when I see their work, and I feel like they were really present when they were making it, and there's just this joy that comes from being present, and that really shows here. Next, I want to share a special secret favorite artist of mine. So I want to tell you about Seth Pitt. Seth approaches art very playfully. He has several really fun series that he's done or is doing, and you can find a lot of that on his website or his Instagram. I resonate with Seth Pitt's work probably more than any other visual artist that I know. And it's a really strange experience. So I need to explain. About a year ago, I had never seen any of Seth's work before, and my sister and I were on a road trip, and she had been in his studio gallery before, and she insisted that I had to go check it out. And so we went in, and I was just entranced. His work is incredible, and it's in a really approachable kind of way. And most of it's pretty abstract. Abstract slash like sort of simple comic-ish way. Comic doesn't seem like the right word to use for him. But my gosh. You guys, walking through his gallery and absorbing so much of his art, so many different series that he had presented there, it was like walking through the head and heart of a stranger that turns out to be an incredibly kindred spirit, like so kindred that it feels like he's just an extension of myself that is just magically more eloquent and profound. I just resonate with his work on such a deep level, and I'm really excited to share some of that with you now. So these are just a few examples from one of his mini-series. This one is called the Creatures of the Heart series. And I just really love it. There's something really simple but poignant about them that just, it just hits hard. I love it. And this is just like the tip of the iceberg of all of Seth's work, so definitely check him out. Even though a lot of his art feels really personal to me, I think it's really just because he is ridiculously good at tapping into these profound, deep levels of humanity in such simple ways. Like, I can't even. He is so good. He makes his art with an abundance of love and humor, and it's just the epitome of joy. So it's not just that his work is happy with like cheery colors or whatever, and that's good, like I'm all for that, but his work is deeply joyful because it's coming from a deeper, like more profound and authentic space. And there, like I said, there is a joy that comes from authenticity, and that really resonates with his work. Okay, so for today's prompt, I would like you to think about something that brings you joy. This could be a memory or an experience. It could be a family member. It could be a ritual, like enjoying your morning cup of tea. It could be the way that your friend laughs. It could be watching winter turn into spring. It could be all kinds of different things. It can be really abstract or concrete, doesn't matter. A lot of different kinds of things can bring joy. Remember, there are no real rules in art. Just, enjoy it. I think I'm going to make something that has to do with moss, because moss brings me a lot of joy. So we'll see how that one turns out. I'll show you in a second. So this is what I made for mine. It is me turning into moss, because that's really my end goal here in life. I love moss so much. It brings so much joy. Moss is just always happy to be alive. It doesn't matter if it's winter, summer, spring, fall. Like, as long as it gets like a little bit of water, it's good. It's thriving. It's just green and so textured, and there's so many different kinds of moss, and like seeing different kinds together is really cool, and it's just never ceases to be a wonderful thing. And that's why I made this t-shirt last summer. It says Pet More Moss. And that's just a reminder to enjoy things and enjoy the natural beauty of the world, and literally just pet more moss because it makes life better. And yeah, so like I made some mistakes with this. Some of the proportions are weird. I feel like the face doesn't really match the body, stuff like that. But it's not about the final product with art therapy. It's about the process, and this prompt especially, it's about creating this joyful space for yourself and like being in that space for a little while. And that's what I did, and it felt really good. So yeah, hope that you enjoy yours as well, and have a good day. Bye.